Hi all, Kevin here with review number 68, The Complete Bard's Handbook for AD&D 2nd Edition. This reminds me of the other books except for in the Complete Handbook series, except for the fact that there is a lot of real world information in here. You have a glossary of sounds, you have musical instruments and their illustrations. Yeah, I mean, so you really get a picture of what it is and what it looks like, and then it has a table on the costs of these things. And that might not be as real world information, but there's a very compelling reason behind all the kits and stuff within this book. And I would say it really outshines a lot of the earlier books because of how well this is done. That's a very high praise. I don't really have a big complaint about this. The key points, though, are the Bard qualifications on page 8, armor allowed on page 8 to 9, experience levels on page 9. You have level improvement on page 9 to 10, spell progression on 10, thief abilities on 10 to 11, kit adjustments on 11, and then you have illegal armor adjustments on 12, ability score generation on 13, and Bard kits range from 15 to 52. There are 13 of those. And then you have the Legend Lore results table on 18, Demi-Human Bards on 53 to 62, Dual and Multi-Class Bards on 63, non-weapon proficiencies on 64 and to 66, Bard abilities on 68 to 73, and that's something I wanted to show you. Okay, so like it goes over what picking pockets is actually used for, and you can undo or redo a clasp, which means like say you want to drop somebody's belt, so that way you create a distraction so your friends can get away from the guard who needs to pick up his pants. That's what picking pockets is partially for, and it explains that, and that's cool. However, I think it should have been called something else. Like, maybe that is my complaint. But at the same time, it's not much of a complaint. So, it really gives you a variety of things to do. You just have to kind of think outside of the box with the skills you have, the Bard abilities, which are thief abilities, which is kind of confusing because you're like a thief wizard. And then you have detect noise modifiers on 69, climbing modifiers and rates on 70 to 71. You have verbal component substitutes on 74. So, like, each Bard kit has a special way they go about their spell casting. Whether they're whistling, which would be an interesting one, you don't need much to whistle, right? Can you imagine somebody just whistling, casting a spell or something along the way? That's cool. And then you have where am I? Yeah, there we are. Spells on 75 through 79, magic items on 79 through 83. Then you have the music chapter on 84 through 99. You have musical eras on page 85, and that covers the Dark Ages through the Renaissance period. You have Ancient World, Dark Ages, Middle Ages, and Renaissance. So you have a variety of eras and time spans of when instruments kind of existed and things, and that's really handy. You have your musical instrument table on 86 and 87. And then, yeah, that goes over plenty of stuff there. That's really cool and handy. The illustrations range from 88 to 91. Like, there's 4 pages of musical instrument illustrations. And with the name and the size of these things, like, listed, that's really handy. So you can be like, well, you're not going to carry around that grand piano with you. And then the bard's like, huh, I got a bag of holding. How does it fit in the bag of holding? Oh, oh. So, you have the musical instrument glossary on 92 through 95. And, like, there's so much real world information in here that it blows my mind. Then you have the glossary of sounds on 96 through 99. And that, okay, so 96. Okay, so the fundamentals of music, what an accent is, what beats are, what encompasses dynamics, and then form, right? And then we go to or not comical, common music terms, um, arrangement, concert, conducting, um, and there's more than that. There's a lot more than that. Then you have musical items like a baton, a metronome, a mute, a plectrum, a podium. Amazing types of songs, uh, sample songs, like amazing. So many good things in this about learning about music. It's it really evokes what it means to play a bard, and the, you can use this book for anything. If you don't know something like that, is something second edition AD&D did really well for the most part. They studied something and then they gave you a condensed, well packed tome of knowledge on that subject. And because the bard relates so heavily to myths and legends, which they are the embodiment of, because they are the lore masters in that in fantasy, and it's I've never been excited about bards until now. Like, I was dreading doing this review at first because I was like, oh my god, jack of all trades, master of nothing. But there's so much more than that. And um, you have the experience gain table on 101 through 102, fame and infamy on 104. You have preceding reputation on 105. Yes, preceding reputation. And that's something that's universal. But if you're a bard, you're more well known. You're the guy playing, oh yeah, hey, there's that awesome guitarist. Maybe we should tell our king about that dude. Or maybe it's the case of, hey, that guy pickpocketed me last week. He kind of hangs out in rough parts of town. We should alert the city guard about this dude. Um, you have reputation on 102 to 103. You have bard traits on 108 through 109. You have street side income on 111. Uh, book performance income on 112. Carnival shares on 113. Nightly attendance per performer on 114. Patrons on 117 through 119. And followers by kit on 120. So overall, this book, there's real world knowledge in it, and that is very evocative of what the bard does. Like, I like bards now. I'm confused about that. All right, cover one out. Highly recommended.